For the F Shack. Love Dirty Mike and the boys.
Hey, are you Dirty Mike and the boys? How you know who we are?
What's this? They call it the podcast?
Morning Good. Oh, I love that. Yeah, by the way, shout out to Tim's Brace.
Welcome to Morning Good.
All right, I'm here with Alan Fitzgerald.
Oh, we're starting?
Yeah.
No warning, no nothing?
Jonathan Tillson.
Hey,
Hi.
how are you?
And we're all excited to be here.
We're very excited. It's
Yeah.
much cooler in here.
Yeah.
It is pretty cold in here.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Actually, I am going to Rhode Island, which I'm very excited about.
Are you?
I'm looking into hostels. Like I never even thought of them as like a thing.
Rhode Island Hostel?
Yeah, they have hostels there.
Yeah. All right. You're about to be raped by a Portuguese. You know that, right?
Yeah, maybe a team of them.
A
A
what?
pack, as Jonathan calls them.
Portuguese people.
Oh, okay. What'd you call them?
A shrimp boat, we call them.
A murder of Portuguese.
Portuguese. I've never heard that. Is that a slur technically?
That
That is a group that
yeah,
I do
but
not
I-
care to offend because
but
it's such a small country,
I-
right?
and people.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've had Portuguese friends that call themselves Portuguese. So.
Oh, well, I also have black friends that call each other the N-word. It doesn't mean.
I don't think it's N-word level.
Yeah. We need a chart. We were talking about this last, there needs to be a chart so you kind of know. Because some people you don't know, and then you say something.
Oh yeah, it's red at the top,
I
and then
actually-
orange and yellow. It's like the War on Terror.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
The
Yeah.
critical threat level.
Alan-
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alan actually has a chart, but the places keep switching. It's not ready for release.
Depends who cuts me off that day.
Well, that's like WAP. Like I always felt comfortable saying WAP, and then I said it one
You
time.
should. They're
Wet ass
animals.
pussy?
Yeah. And this guy like kind of pulled back a little bit. I was like, wait, I thought we were cool. I thought we could do this.
WAP.
That guy's a pussy. That's all that is.
What are the Italian slurs ranked? Like, is WAP worse than Guinea?
Dago's the worst, I guess.
Guido.
Yeah.
It goes Dago, Wop, Guinea, Ginzo,
Guido.
Guido, Marinara Monkey.
That's a good one.
Yeah, they like that one.
They're okay with that
That's a
one.
term of endearment.
I'm also like I like my I'm like half Italian or whatever nonsense.
Ew.
Whatever I know,
Oh,
whatever's going on with
gross.
that. But my disdain for Italians has gone, I feel like, down since the Cuomos left the spotlight. Like when they were in the spotlight, it was like all time. Like I'm like, what are these people doing? And now I'm kind of like, you
These
know.
people. Oh
Yeah.
my God. Jeez. Hate speech.
Yeah.
I mean, there are so many reasons to, look down on Italians other than Cuomo's.
Yeah.
That's kind of the height of the height. Of
Yeah.
Italians.
Yeah. By the way, Gindaloon is another good one. You can yell,
That sounds like the worst. I don't know if it is the
It
worst.
sounds like something like an Italian great-grandfather would say.
Yeah.
what am I, a Gindaloon?
I'm a Gendaloon? No, I earn a living just like the next guy.
Yeah, it sounds bad.
Anyway, stop hanging out in front of my flower shop.
Dude, I watched today. Have you seen that it was a video of Riley Reid rapping where she says the N-word a bunch?
No, I haven't seen that. I've seen other
Yeah,
Riley
that's
Reid-
actually the sexiest video she's ever done.
I've seen other Riley Reid videos. Never that one.
I've seen, in fact, every single one besides that one. Yeah. I have it. Should I pull it up?
Sure.
I got to get a better system
You're
where I
gonna
can
have
like
you're
play
gonna
it
have the
in.
N-word on this podcast?
It's not coming from me.
All right.
Or I'm going to say it quietly while she
Give it time, Mike. Give it time.
Yeah.
She gives it time in the video. She doesn't start out saying it.
Face, put that water on your mustache. Porno swag, women in the men. Got the money out the flick, headed to the trap. Heard what I said, nigga, run it back. MAGA hoe, MAGA nigga, whip a trick, hit a lick. When I'm pussy ass, cornbread, fuck nigga.
You know,
this is
I, for one, would expect more
From her.
a fucking woman who gets triple tamed by
Yeah.
black guys.
Well, the comments, because I saw it on Instagram originally, I was like, what the fuck is this? And the comments were all like, she's done blacked, she gets the pass. Like, nobody has done more. People were like, she's done more for BLM than the protest.
If you've had 3 black cocks inside of you at once, I think you get to say it.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is there's always the argument where people go,
Especially if a fourth guy tries to sneak in. Hey!
Where do you think you're going?
dude,
My ear?
I heard there was a story like that. This girl got gangbanged by like, I think it was 40 dudes in college. And then the 40 first dude she pressed charges on was like, that guy raped me. She's like, all of it was cool. and then that one guy, which is it's possible she was like, no more fucking dicks. And then that's actually might be the worst time to rape somebody after they've had 40 dicks already in them.
I don't know.
Do you think it'd be...
I mean, if I'm just thinking of the word, you are...
On your friend's wedding day is probably worse.
Yeah, that's crazy.
On your bar mitzvah.
Can you imagine, like, if you found out your daughter got double teamed, you're like, okay, that's awful. I fucked up. If you found out in college your daughter got a 40-man train run on her,
yeah.
What did you do? I mean, at that point, it's just like, it's like nature versus nurture. It's got to be genetics. Her mother had to be a whore. It's like,
well, yeah. There's a problem when someone's waiting in line.
yeah.
Like when there's
anxiously,
a long line.
that's got to be hard. Do you like if you're like the? Are you like getting ready to go, but you're kind of
You're fluffing. Yeah, you fluff yourself. You get ready for it.
Oh yeah, dude. If you're not ready in 30 seconds, the next guy takes your spot.
Absolutely.
Come on, bud. We've given you plenty of time.
Yeah. We've been in line all day, just like you. All right. It's at the DMV.
Yeah.
There's a disabled kid gets to skip the line. He's kind of like the fast pass. Right? Come on, because he has cancer. That's annoying.
It might not last till the end. This Make-A-Wish would be a fraud. My Make-A-Wish. I'd like to be part of a 40-man train.
Yeah, I want to be 39. That's where I want to be.
39?
Yeah.
I'll go 1.
Just so I can...
Call me romantic, but I'll go 1.
I'll go 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I keep changing my mind about this stuff because, like, at first glance, you go, this person has serious problems because they take 40 dicks. But then you apply it to a guy banging 40 women. You're like, all right, I assume a guy would do that. But even that's a little...
all right, settle down, Judy Bloom. All right.
There's no equivalent. There's no fucking... A guy doesn't have 40 loads. I mean, yes, 40 women could get together and hop on a dick twice and then get off. And
Dude, Franco did that. Franco visited Florida State University when I went there. And they paid for him to speak, which is hilarious. Because like James Franco, I'm sure he'll have intelligent things to say. Gave a speech and then went to a fraternity house and just banged. Like, apparently there was like a room and girls were waiting and he was just fucking and fucking and fucking. Because he's like a sex addict.
Yeah.
Which is...
that's fun. But, there's also... This won't come across as feminist, but there's also, like... There's a difference between fucking and being fucked. Like, being fucked, it's like a big, sweaty dude on top of you, just one after another. It's just like there's so much meat.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Because outside of the penis inside you, there's a sweaty guy.
There's a big...
There's balls.
If you've ever seen a train video, they are not all fucking like fitness models, these guys.
Yeah.
It's like a guy with fucking black shoes and no pants.
No, they're putting out a lot of calls and getting a lot of cancellations.
Absolutely.
Those guys can't get paid a lot.
No. 40?
Oh, yeah. It's like a lineup on a comedy show when there's like 10 comics. I'm getting $5.
They're getting paid in pussy.
They're
getting paid in pussy.
Yeah. I wonder if there's a lower pay rate towards, like, do you get paid more if you're the last guy or you get paid more?
I bet if I were organizing this, I would make them draw straws. So then you can't bicker over who gets what.
You would make him draw straws?
I'd make him draw straws.
I would be like, guys, we have 3 hours with the skank. All right, just get it done.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear any complaining.
Sharing is caring.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what's the straws? You pull the longest straw?
Well, I don't know. I just mean,
there's a penis equivalent of that. You just who has the biggest dick.
You do a draft. You do a random draft at the start.
It would make most sense to start with like the tiniest penis possible. That would be a hilarious gangbang to watch. It's like a micro penis, and then you just see it's almost like a time lapse video
toy where you put the rings on the thing.
Yeah. Or it's like a time lapse video where you see the vagina just opening slowly and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
In the name of science. Like, who is anyone surprised at Riley Reid? I mean, I assume she's from
a little
bit
in
Florida.
Yes,
okay?
I guarantee. I haven't looked it up.
No offense
but
to your people.
No.
But
All
she
the
reminds
best,
me like
all the best porn stars are from Florida.
This is factually correct.
That's
yes.
just
Absolutely
1,000% correct.
Yeah.
It's where like actors go to LA.
Yes.
Porn stars. That's like porn star LA.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I hope that doesn't change now that Florida's a red state. I really don't.
What, you think it'll become more? Well, actually, people say it is a red state, but it's always been a swing state.
I feel like porn stars.
It's red. Yeah, it's red now though. That's
now it's very red. Yeah,
it's very red.
I feel like porn stars. I feel like both are right wing.
Porn stars are right
wing.
wing.
You kind of see that sometimes.
I think so.
Which is kind of funny because it's like,
yeah.
But you know who's annoying though? Okay, so I thought this person was originally cool. There's that redhead girl called like something Pearl.
Oh, I know her.
Yeah.
Curly things.
And at first I was like, she's fun because she was just on like the Vice thing.
She was saying a couple things that made sense where you're like, okay, this is cool that one woman says this. I saw a couple things the other day where I'm like, this bitch is
She's out of her mind.
fucking gourd now.
Yeah. She's gone crazier. Yeah, now she's like going further and further.
She said women shouldn't vote.
Really?
Women shouldn't vote. I was like, I don't know if Andrew Tate's gone that far yet.
Yeah. That is crazy.
Yeah.
But it's like at first I was like, oh, this is a fun person. And then now she's like, she's making like all because that Adam 22 guy asked her to be in a video with her and her wife, or him and his wife.
Yeah.
And she's just going like off. She's like,
Oh.
this is a disgusting thing. This is what the liberals want. I was like, I don't think Adam 22 is a liberal. I think he's just a tattooed guy
He's
who's in
got
porn.
tattoos up the side of his head.
Something.
There's no way.
Something tells me he's not reading the Washington Post.
No, I don't think so.
But she's like, this is what they want. They want you to get cucked by your wife, and they want to sex everything up with their sex. And I'm like,
Is that a sentence you use?
Yeah. Sex everything up with their sex.
I don't think Adam 22 and his wife Lena the Plug.
Yeah.
I hear
Friend of the show.
Lena the Plug. What does she do for a living?
I don't think they're having like live and let live conversations. I don't think they're like crunchy, granola Democrats.
No. They're like, how can we like? It is. I am starting to love the world of internet people though, because it started. You had like Milo Yiannopoulos, you had like Alex Jones. And now there's all these other characters, and they're fun. Like it's more fun than watching. Like I don't want to watch like I don't know the new season of It's Always Sunny. I started watching that. I mean, I love the show, but I'm like, it's going downhill. I want to see
Who wants to watch well put together television shows when you can watch just
people's lives fall apart.
Unstable people.
Yeah.
Making points.
Yeah.
Getting paid for God knows
By the way,
what reason.
That guy, Adam 22, he and his wife were in the news recently because the thing they do is it's like a talk show. They interview a porn star and then they fuck her. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. So it's two girls, one guy. She just fucked her first non-Adam 22 porn star. She got
the big
dicked
black
down
dick.
by a giant black guy.
What's his name? Love?
I can't remember.
I think it's like actually.
Lust.
But it is funny because everybody's calling him a cuck. I'm like, I don't know if he's a cuck because he's banged like 50, 100 other women on camera. She's banged like one guy. And they're like, he's a cuck now. I'm like,
yeah, they're both porn stars.
Yeah.
He wasn't in the room. And he's garbage.
Plus,
He's got tattoos
Plus-
on the side of his head.
plus, I mean, he's never said he believes in global warming or vaccines.
Yeah. So what kind of a cuck can he be?
Yeah.
Well, he had Richard Spencer on his podcast. He like used to be a white supremacist. So
He
I'm like,
fucked Richard Spencer?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Lena the
No, on
Plug.
the other, he has other podcasts.
You whore.
Plugged by Richard Spencer. Well, yeah. All right. So let me put it like this: if you're a liberal, you don't have Richard Spencer on your fucking.
Well,
podcast.
but apparently Richard Spencer's changed, but I don't think so. I thought he did, and I was like, and then I watched a couple clips again, and I was like, nah, I think he's getting sued, and
I
he's
was gonna
like,
say,
yeah.
If I know the wokes, they don't forget. Okay? So they're like, oh, I take his word for it. Now.
Yeah.
He's a good guy now.
Yeah.
I've realized I was wrong. Blah, 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 blah.
You know what?
And I'm taking this so seriously. I'm doing a porno podcast.
He's a reformed white supremacist. Everyone,
Yeah.
gather around, y'all. He's one of us.
Now
But
he
in
just
theory, that should be a win if he actually did transition.
I guess, but I mean, like, if you make a giant change after 40, which I assume is something like that, like, I don't totally believe it.
Yeah, I guess 40 years
Like
of being
your
racist.
30s are your last.
it depends
chance to
how
change
woke he
something.
is. If he was like, listen, I was wrong about a lot of stuff about shipping me out of the country. Now, do I want one to date my daughter? No.
Then you'd be
No.
like, I believe this. Yeah.
I kind of believe he's turning a corner. He's getting better. He's being honest. If
If he fully switches, you're like, I don't know. Yeah, that's a good
I don't
point.
trust this.
By the time I'm 50, who knows? Maybe.
Yeah.
Once again, I want to emphasize he was not on the porn version of the Adam 22 has a couple podcasts. And that's one of the
Boy,
you wouldn't wanna-
it must be pretty. Those non-porn one must be pretty boring to him. Huh?
I was gonna
I
say.
think he's just talking about the
Yeah.
porn ones. He's like, wasn't that great on that last episode where I fucked those two Chinese chicks?
Yuck.
You're like, I just want to stress he wasn't on the porn one. I'd hate to besmirch
Richard
such a good
Spencer.
reputation.
He came to like speak at the university south of us. I went to Florida State and he went to UF. And when he went to UF, like white supremacists just all came and there was like a bunch of like neo-Nazis on campus. But then there's this viral video of this black guy hugging this white supremacist. Apparently he like changed. That's always good.
That's nice.
Or
yeah.
they're just friends. That would be a great
he
idea.
change
Me and
with
like
a
another
hug?
black comic, like I pretend to be a white supremacist, and then he hugs me, and we both go viral on
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's just that. Meanwhile, that's actually like the Clayton Bigsby of black guys. That's like,
Yeah, he's hugging him. They're like, look at this change. Like, you got some good ideas, man.
where's my hood, brother?
There's some interesting things like that. Like, have you heard of the divester community?
No.
Divester, no.
It's like black women that only want to date white guys, and they no longer want to date black men. But it's not like a preference, but it's like a mental decision to like do that.
Oh,
To
okay.
punish black guys.
Yeah.
I think the black guys made their choice too.
You would rather date a 350-pound white girl than me, a hot black woman? Really?
They are seriously racist people should really clam up because like I'm not fucking that 350-pound woman. The fucking 1,000-pound sisters. Have you ever seen clips of that on TLC?
Dude, it's not. Are they
it's a
still
seven-
alive?
it's a
They started simulcasting on BET.
They're thriving. Are they?
Yeah.
Wait, are you serious?
No.
The 700-pound sister, one is way bigger than the other. She's got a boyfriend.
Oh damn, that guy has to have a huge penis, right? There's like no way out of that.
No, you'd be surprised what a system of police can do. And an intricately placed series of mirrors.
You know what I like the idea? Like, I like the idea. There's like a dwarf below her lifting her fat, and then he goes like right above the dwarf's head.
Oh, that must smell so bad.
That dwarf would be gone.
Oh my god.
He just fucking.
He's just getting nuts in the head.
The
but
guy
it's like lifting
the guy
Dude,
just-
on a hot day, that cunt fat must fry like bacon in a pan. Yuck.
God, thank God we have a poet on the pod. I think that fucking dwarf would get fucked into her like fucking like loading a musket.
I just crammed it.
Where'd he go? Okay.
Let him root around till he finds the clip.
I'll handle the G spot. You get the outside stuff.
He's got a hard hat on. He's got a fucking.
He's got a miner's
He's got a fucking flashlight on his head.
and he has got a hammer. It's just like, I need it. I wouldn't have it if I didn't need it.
I like the idea of him like rock climbing her. Like he's got like one foot on like her knee, the other foot, and then he's just banging her. Like the dwarf is banging her now, but he's just kind of like just somebody like humping the side of a mountain.
You're pushing a lot lot of stuff out.
Dude, honestly, I'm willing to bet
to do it.
I'm willing to bet 8 dwarfs could fuck her at the same time. They would have no idea about each other. They would have no idea.
They're all living their greatest fantasy of fucking a giant woman. Wait till
That's got to be.
They can't even hear each other.
Wait till I tell the boys back at the village. They're all at the little pub with like the same story.
The little pup.
It's a little pub.
Dude, it's a little pub. It's a whole little town.
Yeah, of course.
Little car, little garage,
Little clock tower.
little clock tower, and it's all just surrounding this one giant fat woman they all fuck. Just
Yeah. Who's tied down like Gulliver's Travels. She came there on her own, but she ain't leaving.
That's the funniest scenario.
Cut to one of the ropes loosens and she just fucking Godzilla's her way through the town. Just fucking feet through roofs.
Yeah, picture her just like moving her arm out of the way. Just one of the dwarfs just goes flying.
Just shaking a house upside down with her mouth on the chimney. Nom.
Those people get like they like melt into the couch. Have you seen that?
Melt into the couch?
They melt into their couches. Like they literally because their skin is on the couch for so long that it can like morph together.
Plus they're
like
that
an
much,
X-Men.
they're that much heavier. So like even if they got up, there's a fucking massive dent where they sit.
Oh yeah. And I'm pretty sure they can't wipe their own asses. Like that's a huge part of it. I think it's part of the show.
Yeah. I wonder if
also great job for. I think we're finding a lot of jobs for the dwarf community.
yeah.
ass
Did you
wiper.
say great job?
You know, I think a great job would have been if they were allowed to play the dwarves in Snow White. I don't know if you guys heard about that.
Wait.
Peter Dinklage came out and said this is demeaning. And
wait. Okay, I actually have opinions on this. So
I have strong opinions.
Yeah.
on this.
So okay, wait. Well, let me because there's another thing going on. And we're gonna relate the two. So Peter Dinklage was mad that dwarfs were playing dwarfs or were not.
He was mad that they were playing the dwarves in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs because it's demeaning to little people.
Right. Now there's other little people that are mad that Willy Wonka doesn't have dwarves in it because they're digital. You can't win.
Do you understand that dwarf actors don't have many options?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
They don't have many options, and they want the money. They're demeaned all day, every day.
And they're not going to come out with an itty bitty James Bond anytime soon.
Wait, that actually sounds fucking sick. That's a great idea.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
But
so
yeah,
Just him on like a little zip line. Oh my god, I love this.
So
idea.
am I going to take a speedboat to the mission? No, we're going to mail you there.
yeah, just a letter.
Just a Sprite and some individually wrapped cheese slices.
Or you know those little baskets they put the babies in like Moses? They just kind of push him out to sea in one of those.
Yeah. He breaks into the ball on inside of a pregnant woman who isn't really pregnant.
Yeah, dude, that's bullshit, dude. That's so easy for Daniel Day-Little to go around being like, oh, well, this is demeaning. It's like, dude, you've got all these great jobs. They don't exist for every other dwarf.
No, yeah.
You're King Dwarf.
Well, and I've said to you before, too, starting with Lord of the Rings, like all the hobbits would have been played by dwarves in the past, but with CGI, we just made Elijah Wood small. We just made them all small. So those are lost dwarf jobs right off the bat.
Lost
These are
dwarf jobs.
that were on a platter. 7 guys going to play the fucking roles, and then it's like, oh.
That's 7 dwarfs, yeah.
7 dwarves.
Yeah.
Dude, every
It's the title.
every midget who was an extra would have gotten a job in Lord of the Rings. Every single one of them.
Have you ever watched the movie Willow?
No.
They have a whole dwarf community. It's a Ron Howard film. I love it. It's a fantasy movie, but they have a whole dwarf village. And we're talking about like 75 dwarves in one place.
Yeah, that's great.
That's fucking great. Wizard of Oz?
Yeah, I heard that was a big time.
That has to be a dwarf holiday.
Yeah.
That has to be like our entire population was in a movie.
Yeah. I also I saw the trailer for the new Willy Wonka, and they're making the Oompa Loompas. They went back to white they're orange, but what they did is they had them orange in the old one, and then they're like, let's spice it up. Let's have some diversity. So they made them like these weird Hispanic, like not like whatever you call.
Oh, the
like
Johnny
indigenous.
Depp one?
Yeah. And then now they're like, I got a little racist. We got to go back to orange.
They just look like real Guatemalans at that point.
They made them a species.
They should have given them big asses though, because they were supposed to be Guatemalans. You ever see you can see like an 80-year-old Guatemalan woman just has a ginormous butt walking down the street. But
no, it's a shame. It's a shame. You try to do the right thing, and what do? You fucking take the bread out of a dwarf's mouth.
Yeah.
The crouton. You take the crouton out of a dwarf's
Little bread. The Ritz cracker out of a dwarf's mouth. I hate that. Because it's also, I don't know, that's the story.
Yeah. Well, and I think
now they're being replaced with magical creatures, they said. Whatever magical creatures are. But I know it's not going to make as much sense. It's going to be like, why do these things know each other?
Yeah. They got to be dwarfs, yeah.
Yeah, when you see 7 dwarves in a room, you better believe they know each other.
Yeah.
Okay? It's a meeting of some kind.
Yeah.
I mean, why are they even afraid of, like, what is going to happen? A bunch of dwarves are going to protest your movie? That's going to be adorable. With their little signs?
I can't think of better promotion.
That's so
Can they throw a
cute.
brick through a window? I love the idea.
No, but they can develop, catapult systems.
You're just a dwarf getting catapulted into Netflix.
They do have human brains.
Yeah. No, I'm aware. They're probably creative in some ways too. They probably, I don't know. You're seeing the world from a different
They
angle.
have to be creative. They have to drive.
Yeah. That is wild. Yeah.
They got to figure something out.
Whoever invented that, the fucking long gas pedal.
Wait, if it's a long gas pedal, does that mean the car can go infinity fast? If he just had a real leg?
Yeah.
It just keeps going back. That's a great point. Yeah.
If you get into a dwarf car, if you can fit in, you get to go warp speed.
Yeah, you can travel back in time.
They do drive. I went to Dwarf Wrestling. We invited them to hang out at our fraternity house afterwards. And I didn't expect them to show up in a car, but they showed up in a full, and the dude was driving. Wow. And then he came into our fraternity house. He's like,
over.
Yeah. He's like, well, the funniest was the
I'm
man.
sure no one made fun of them at a fucking shit-faced fraternity house.
Did all 8
The people were wildly respectful. This may be the most respectful I've ever seen the fraternity, which is very wild.
Yeah.
But it was like one of those things where
did all 8 of them bring one beer, by the way?
just splitting it.
140.
No, dude, I've had a dwarf on this podcast, and that dude can drink.
A lot of them are drunks.
Yeah.
I think your life is shitty, so you drink.
Yeah, but he was weird about it though too. Because like, not weird about it, but like not what you expect. I'd be like, did you get bullied in high school? He's like, no, I was the fucking man. He's a class president.
You know how much dwarf dick I slung around at high school?
Yeah, because he said girls would fuck him as a joke. He's like, great joke. You sucked my dick. Ooh, great.
I went out with this girl who went to fucking Iona, which is like D1 basketball, and she was a cheerleader, and they had a dwarf cheerleader, and she said the dwarf fucked all the players.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Can you imagine a 6'10" dude? I mean, that's like you could break something inside.
Yeah.
Mhm. It's like
Just
fucking a
kebabbing
Thanksgiving turkey.
Dude, that's gotta be awesome.
Little
to watch
legs in the air.
to watch her get launched too. You know what I mean? Like she probably got fucking. It's probably so much easier.
I mean, when a small woman is called a spinner. I mean, I imagine a dwarf could just.
Oh yeah. You could take the legs and kind of like just picture some system like this.
I think they would be disgusting though, personally.
Really?
I wouldn't do it. There is one.
I would be worried.
Disgusting is strong. Disgusting is strong.
Disgusting to fuck a little person.
Disgusting. Come on.
I mean, there's an equation here. It's like, all right, whatever you want to consider this regular sized person a 4. There's no such thing as a 10 little person.
Dude, I don't know. There's a lot of people getting into it now. I have a friend who's been sending me little people twerking.
There's a girl on Instagram. She was the #1 OnlyFans last year. It's the hottest dwarf I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
It's the only dwarf I've ever seen and I've been attracted to.
And you're saying you wouldn't have sex with her? Well, you're also a very tall guy.
I would for her.
I've heard tall guys have a fear of little people. Is that true at all?
It is true, actually.
Because you can't see them.
Stop making
You don't know
sit
what-
so close to Alan.
You don't know what they're up to down there.
Yeah. They're plotting.
Fucking plotting, conniving, scheming.
Because we go to this haunted house thing and they'd have dwarfs there. Like there's a lot of, weirdly enough, Universal Studios Orlando has like a ton of dwarfs. Because they'd have haunted houses and there'd be dwarfs. This is insane. I think the most dwarfs I've ever seen is the Howling
Are you
Hornets.
calling them dwarfs?
Dwarfs.
Dwarf.
Dwarf.
That's a good point. It's W.
Say their
Dwarfs.
Say their name correctly.
Say their name.
Pig.
Say their name.
Fucking dwarf. Look at this fucking dwarf.
I'm putting an F on the word door. Yeah, you're right. Dwarves.
Dwarf.
So they do is they take the whole park of Universal Studios and they turn it into like a haunted house thing.
Yeah.
And my buddy who's taller was like really scared of the dwarves.
I like that you can't say this word. Luckily, you almost never have to say it.
Yeah.
But he was like scared of him. Like, but there's like guys with chainsaws and all this other stuff, and he's like, "Nah, the dwarves would scare me."
Fuck yes, absolutely.
Why does that scare you?
It's different.
Yeah.
Why does everyone scare me?
Are you terrified of people with Down syndrome too?
I no, but I'd prefer not to eat near them.
Yeah, that's why Tillson quit professional pie eating.
Yeah. That's exactly right.
Do
They were
enter a hot dog
dominating
eating
anyways.
contest? They have to be good about that because the necks are wide. I assume they could really just throw hot dogs down there.
You would think so, but they're sloppy.
Yeah, that's a good
Okay,
point.
they get disqualified early.
Yeah. There's one.
That's half a pie on the ground. No medal for you.
Yeah, they're eating the trays for the pie eating.
They're the only ones who get medals. Everyone else gets a cash prize.
Yeah, that was what I saw. So there was this. I used to work downtown, and there was this Down syndrome guy who he wore these goggles, and he worked the whipped cream dispenser at the Starbucks. And then I was like, that guy was awesome because he was bald, so he kind of looked like a minion, like from Despicable Me. And I saw
That's actually what they prefer to be called.
minions. But I saw like there was a video on Instagram talking about him. I was like, oh, I've seen this guy. I used to work by him. And it was like, yeah, he's like, I like working here because the pay is great. And I'm like, how does he know if the pay is great?
He's doing a deaf impression, everyone. Don't worry.
I know it is strictly that guy with Down syndrome. But I'm like, I you know what I mean? Like.
I thought you were going to tell me it was on the news, like serial rapist, Starbucks Down syndrome employee, putting his own cum in everyone's whipped cream. Oh, he used to make my lattes.
He's been drinking that jizz, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I assume like I'd feel like I'd want to pay them more just because I'd feel weird. I'm a guilty person like that. Like I'd be like, I got to pay him extra.
I don't think you do because generally, I'm not making a joke. Generally, they live with like a caretaker or something. They have a lot of stuff taken care of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you don't really see like a family of them where they're like all
All retarded.
Yeah.
No, you generally don't.
You know what I'd do? I'd give him $75 an hour, but I'd be like, but you have to learn how to cash the check by yourself. You can accept no help.
So that's right. In other words, you're a slave.
He's trying to cash fruit roll-ups. That's all we paid him in.
Putting fruit roll-ups in the ATM. Whole line behind him like, fucking broken.
Shh, stop it, Tom.
Did you get your tongue out of the...
It's one of those things, man. It never's not funny to me. It's every time I talk about it, I'm like blown away by how much I love the topic, and it might as well be in the title of the podcast. I talk about it every single week.
Have you ever shaken a retarded man's hand?
It sounds painful.
I've done it. You feel like a good guy after.
Yeah.
You know.
Strong handshake, I assume, right?
It depends on how he was raised.
Yeah. Yeah, that was it. They had like a bodybuilder with Down syndrome. Like, this isn't impressive. Nobody was doubting whether they were strong or not.
The problem with a Down syndrome bodybuilder, in case you were wondering, is in bodybuilding, small waist, that's like what you want, and they're very thick people.
Oh, okay. So wrestling would be like a good thing, probably, right?
Wrestling and powerlifting.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
the bodybuilding. Yeah, that's a good point because they
Yeah.
got to get slimmed
You don't
down
wanna
like
be
that.
shredded.
You can't really get the V. Yeah,
No, you can't. You need the V.
yeah.
It's all about the V.
Could success go to their heads, though, if they really started winning real gold medals?
What if they were banned?
Dude, I bet.
You can have Down syndrome, but you can't. You can be born a man. This is too unfair.
We went in our high school and like it was funny because girls would try to like we had
Just-
more than one, but
Just one? I was about to say,
Yeah.
must have been a really short bus.
yeah. But it was funny because girls would try to sit with him and be like, "Fuck off, bitch!" I don't want to sit with you. Like every time, like girls would be like, "Hey, how's it going, Sam?" He's like, "Get out of here, you hose."
Nice.
I got my own shit going on.
Did he also wear a leather jacket and sunglasses and a toothpick?
Oh, that would be
Was he a
sick.
bad boy?
This is a guy who saw like one movie. He's like, "Yeah, this is what."
He's got a really cool dad that dresses him before school. He's dressed
Dude,
in like
that
a
would be-
fucking red leather Thriller jacket. Remember, son, the deep V neck is in right now.
Drops him off every day in a sports car, and there's 2 steering wheels. He thinks he's driving.
Yeah. You can't wear those earmuffs anymore. AirPods. Just leave them in. You're still safe.
Yeah, he had the earmuffs. They is that
He did?
Yeah.
I was just doing there was something about Mary.
no, yeah, that is a thing.
When I run for Senate, I'm afraid this episode's going to come back to haunt me.
You would be a great senator. You really do have a politician's face. You look
Yeah.
very Kennedy-esque.
I don't have the mind, though.
No, you don't think you're a sociopath enough?
Probably not.
Huh.
Probably not.
Hey, it's too bad. You should have at least taken a shot at
I
it.
fool people, but I'm not really a sociopath.
You should have at least taken a shot at it.
I'm only 36.
You can be
I was just able to run for president for the first time last year.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe next year.
So next year I'll be going up against Trump.
Yeah. You could win.
Oh yeah. Trump would destroy me in an insult battle.
You think so?
He's the GOAT.
I know he's a good, but you're a professional.
I mean, I
GOAT.
don't think there's ever been anyone faster.
Yeah, but comedian-wise, like if he had to go against, like, I don't know, Trump versus like Patrice O'Neill would win.
But I think Trump has like the money and the power at his back.
Oh no,
where it's
he
like,
would win. Yeah, but
he
so that's
couldn't-
the only person
he couldn't
that-
be offended.
Right. So I think the only person that could beat him is a really raw black comedian. Because you'd have to have the attention. So like as in they could get as much media attention as Trump almost.
I think it can only be someone richer than Trump. And I
Okay.
don't know that anyone richer than Trump.
I think
is
a lot
quick
of
enough.
I think a lot of politicians are richer than Trump.
Yeah.
I think a lot of them are.
I don't know about politicians, but there was certainly a lot of people that are richer. I mean, there were some politicians, but I think most if he has $8 billion, or even if he has $1 billion, I think most politicians don't have $1 billion.
Yeah, it's a lot. Did you see Robert Kennedy Jr. said some funny thing about he's like, the vaccine wasn't that bad for Asians and Jews
Yeah,
or something like
I
that,
saw
which is a very funny thing to say.
Yeah.
Which- like,
Normally
it's
you'd say his candidacy is sunk, and now you're like, well, maybe that could go up.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny too because it's like It's like that's the funniest way. He kept doing like the I'm not saying it, but I'm saying it thing. He's like, I'm not saying, I'm not implying that the Jews and the Asians got together and purposely made a vaccine that hurt everybody else. But all I'm saying is,
I like a speech that starts with this.
Yeah.
It's not as effective on CNN.
I know you're ready for office when you give one of those.
Yeah. And then the other videos are just him shirtless in jeans doing
fucking
push-ups.
jacked.
Yeah.
69 years old.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
definitely takes some
Yeah,
shit.
can he do some
For sure.
more?
I'm doing steroids, by the way. Like I've just been going
Right now?
No,
I was
you'd
gonna
notice.
say.
Yeah, there'd be signs.
I'd love to do a cycle of steroids.
An HGH cycle would do me pretty well, actually.
Yeah. Oh, dude, like a yoked Allen.
Yeah, dude.
You get one of those longer beards, like
No,
twisty.
Alan would abuse his power.
What do you mean?
He'd bully.
I already do bully. Little puss. You don't want me getting stronger?
Is that right, you little mommy's little puss boy?
Dude, I would be like,
Can I pee quickly?
yeah, for sure. Because I just started going to the gym like for the first time in like 10 years, like genuinely 10 years.
Oh my god.
And I'm realizing how fucking not strong I am. And I didn't know that until. Yeah. And then I'm like, dude, I get why people do steroids. Like the idea of just going from this to like being yoked seems like, and I think there's a lot of propaganda behind it. People are like, oh, it makes your balls smaller. I don't know if that's true. Maybe it does.
It does because because your balls don't create testosterone anymore, and that's their whole job.
Oh, so you're creating the testosterone. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so your balls do shrink.
Okay. But who needs big balls if you got an average penis?
I don't know. You really want your balls shrinking?
I don't know, because like I think it depends on where you are in life. Like if you've already had kids, like when I'm like 60, like I think that would make sense.
Yeah, sure.
But I don't know. You kind of do want big old man balls. It's kind of a sign of respect.
Yeah.
When you get older, there's not a lot. You know what I mean? Because most people could kick your ass when you're like an old man. But then you see an old man with a huge cock or like big balls, and you're like, you know what? He has a reason to be proud.
So I won't beat the shit out of him? Is that what you're saying? Yeah,
I'll go
no.
around nursing homes, bathrooms.
Nice piece. I was going to kick the shit out of you. But I like your dick. I like your cock, so you get to live and keep your OCs, old man.
Yeah. I don't know. I see it. I respect it.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of weird theories about that. There's a lot of people that think they're poisoning like the food supply to lower testosterone to make people have smaller dicks.
No, that's not what's happening at all. They are poisoning the food supply to make food cheaper. That's the only conspiracy you need to know.
They're making, what is it?
They're just making food shittier because it's easier and more profitable. Like, there doesn't need to be any more extra conspiracy to it. Like, they're just like, we'll put corn syrup and shit because it's fucking cheap.
Oh, yeah. That actually makes sense.
Like, yeah, that's why. This other shit, like, oh, yeah, they're doing it to,
make the kids gay.
make kids gay.
Yeah.
They're making kids gay. They're turning people trans with Wheaties. You don't know that?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because everybody has a different food supply. So it's like, it's not like everybody's eating the same thing all the time. You'd have like people who only eat buffalo chicken sandwiches turning trans. And you kind of, or maybe, I don't know.
That's so ironic because that's the least fucking girly food there is.
Oh, no, that is the broiest food. Is buffalo chicken.
Sandwich? Buffalo chicken sandwich?
Yeah. That's like
It's
that's
already
like a yolk
breaded.
guy. Yeah.
That's a deal. That's like a deal you make with the devil. I'd like a buffalo chicken sandwich. Your wish is my command, but then you get it and you're trans.
How'd this happen?
I'm a man. You were a man.
I saw completely unrelated, but I watched one of these. What music do you listen to, Alan? I'm very curious. I don't picture you listening to music.
I'll take this one.
What music do I listen to? Nothing.
Juicy J, Gucci.
Fucking
I listen to a little rap.
AC/DC, baby.
Yeah, I love AC/DC. I like Radiohead too a lot.
Do either of you guys like country? I don't until recently.
I don't like mainstream country. I like
That stuff's garbage.
Alternative country, like fucking Ryan Adams or Lucinda Williams or
And I've heard a lot of good folk too.
Chris Stapleton. I know he's a
Okay.
little more mainstream, but he's different than like fucking Garth Brooks.
Yeah. Or like, dude, Jason Aldean just released this music video. Have you guys heard of this?
No.
It is funny. So like, I didn't really know who he is, and then he gets on, and he's got like the lamest fucking look. He's got like a leather jacket, and then like earrings, and then like this weird shave, and he's kind of fat, and he's wearing like a black cowboy hat, and it's something about like the whole point of the song is try that in a small town. He's like, go ahead, curse the cops, burn the American flag. He's like, try doing that in a small town. Like, things not going to go down that way. He's like, we follow, like, the thing I've realized I hated about country is the rule followingness of it. Like, the people that are like I like outlaw country where they're like, we're fucking, we don't even listen to fucking police. But like this guy is literally like, he's like, if you curse the cops, he's like, try that in my town.
Oh, it's just pussy follower shit.
Yeah.
Give me some Folsom Prison Blues, But it's just like, it's all gun, truck, dog, girl, beer. Like it's just like it's about 6 things.
But it's like I don't mind the beer stuff. But I can't relate to a guy who's like, we got to follow the rules. Like that's so like what music is good when they're made by fucking rule followers?
The world's upside down right now.
Yeah, but I feel like that thing has been in a country. I feel like that's been the last 10 years. It's been kind of thing, and that's what made me not like it.
I think it's the ACAB shit where it's just like
they're just reversing it.
Other people back to their into their corner, pushes these people back into their corner, and all of a sudden there's just no one rational.
Yeah. Well, that's why I've said like I would love like real country that's from like a crystal meth addict. Like that would be like
no one writes better than a meth head.
You mean like an Eminem of country music?
Yes,
kind of
yes, like in a trailer like that because that is a lot of it. It's like in Appalachia there is a ton of fucking crystal meth. That is a huge thing.
Oh yeah.
Like
the only thing that makes that town bearable.
Yeah, exactly.
Meth and heroin.
Yeah, one of my friends, we did like a trip out in the woods, and he was texting a girl, and the girl texted him or on Twitter or Tinder, and she goes, "Would you still hook up with me if I was fat?" He lost service going into the mountains, which he was like, "God damn it!" Like she asked if I'd date her if she was fat, or fuck her if I was fat, and then she lost service. So later on, and he's like, "I gotta go text her." We're like, "Don't text her, don't be a pussy."
And obviously, I was going to lie. Yes.
Yeah. And he goes, he sneaks off into the middle of the night, and we lose him completely. So for like 8 hours, we're freaking out. We're like, he's fine. I'm sure he's fine. But in our head, we're like, he's fucking dead. We're like, he's completely dead.
Yeah.
There's no way he's alive. And I guess what he did was, and he's also the last car parked in the driveway. And this is deep in the fucking woods. So we can't get out backwards because he's the last car. And we're picturing him just getting like butt fucked in like a shed. But we're all out loud just being like, I'm sure he's fine. Mm-hmm. And the next day comes around and we get a call from the jail. And apparently he went to go text the girl. And there was cops staking out a meth lab. And he thought, because he was 20 at the time, he thought they were like, they're stopping him from underage drinking. So he sprinted in the woods.
Oh.
Yeah. And then just like they thought he was a meth head.
Nightmare.
Yeah.
Did they get they caught him? Like
he went to jail
he was a meth head?
Yeah, they caught him, and then they had to find out. They're like, "Oh, we were staking." They're like, "This is a terrible place for you. We're staking out this meth lab right now."
Wow.
He was like, "I'm just trying to fuck a fat girl. Is that against the fucking law? Is it against the law to fuck a fatty now a goddamn day? Jesus Christ!
Just ruined her night.
Yeah, she's all lonely, thinking I ditched her because she's fat.
She just ate a pizza.
Yeah, she's gonna eat the pizza anyways, but she got salt in the pepperoni from her tears. She was gonna give me half of it.
Yeah.
That was our pizza.
That's a fetish too. The feeding fetish. People want to just feed women.
And women want to feed fat guys.
That's a thing. Yeah.
How fucked up is that? Is that like what's that tied into? Like control and like it's your pet or something? It's like
I don't know.
Yeah, food is gross. Anytime food and sex, that's why it doesn't make sense. Like
food and sex is just mixing the two is gross.
Even before, it's like I don't like the idea of like dates and then having sex afterwards because you're like I just ate a whole meal and now the idea of fucking afterwards is like not appealing.
I once said that.
If I knew I was getting it, I wouldn't have ordered the porterhouse.
Yeah,
I would have ordered the grilled chicken Cobb salad.
I thought food
without
and sex
bacon
didn't mix until that time I had anal sex while eating meatloaf on her. I changed my tune pretty quick.
Yeah.
You had the Big Buford. What is that? Like the Checkers burger that's just dripping full of just gross stuff.
Back. Yeah. Did you finish? No, that's grease.
That's going to take me at least an hour now to finish.
Yeah, people
using burger grease as lube. It's been done. You know it's been done.
Yeah, it has been done. Houston, Texas, and that's it.
Yeah. 94.
You actually buy burger grease?
Yeah. 2 Houston Oiler fans.
we got an anniversary coming up. Where's y'all's bacon grease?
Is it it's probably like Vaseline where you just can never get it off your dick. Because it's like Vaseline's oily like that.
I mean, like grease on your hands sucks. So I mean, I think you have to use fucking Dawn.
Yeah. Ugh, that's fucking terrible. I was at Checkers recently, and some woman came in. It was like 4 a.m. It was probably 1:30 or 2 a.m. And this.
So you're in a Checkers at 2 a.m. You should probably just leave. That's never in a good neighborhood.
No, it was not.
There's not one Checkers in a nice neighborhood in America.
Where are all the Wall Street executives?
And this woman, she like complained that the tables weren't wiped down, and then they were like, "Okay, we'll do it." And then she like complained twice that the table was not wiped down. Like, this is insane.
You have to know where you are, honey.
Yeah. Well, but it was they were like the group of people were Indian, and then the people behind the counter were Indian, and they were like trying to bond with them. And I could tell the Indian guy behind the counter was like, "Don't try to speak my language after you tell me to wipe down the fucking table." There's some Indian people that are white people.
Checkers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That isn't 1:30 a.m. You're asking people to wipe down the table.
You think I work?
Yes, of course. Would you like the Cabernet with your meal as well? Fuck off.
Yeah, you think I'm working the night shift at Checkers to build relationships?
Any place where you can get cheese fries.
Yeah, don't ask them to wipe down the table.
Don't.
1:32 because you know he's gonna have to wipe it down at 4 also.
You find the least filthy table,
and you sit there,
and you make it work.
Yeah, and then you don't start speaking like Hindi to the guy afterwards. I don't know what language it was.
It's like a fucking,
especially because Hindus have a caste system.
Yeah.
So you just made that guy fucking clean your table. That means something.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Deep back
Oh,
there.
dude.
Yeah.
It's like it reminds me of like a woman who's like with a rich guy and they break up or they get divorced and she doesn't have much money, but she's still used to this lifestyle. She's in Applebee's treating it like Ritz Chris.
Yeah, I was blown away by that, and I was like, Jesus Christ! I was like, that's like a white woman thing to do. But it's like there are certain Indian people that are white people. Like there's you know what I mean? Like culturally, it's like.
Yeah, I'll tell you this, that we have a very close Indian friend and he totally agrees with it. I used to wait tables in Knoxville, Tennessee at P.F. Chang's, and a lot of Indian people would come in because it's like rice heavy dishes.
Yeah.
And a lot of them were pricks.
Really?
The worst tippers, absolutely.
Really?
Worst tippers, absolutely, but they were very demanding.
Oh, yes. Also, I used to work at CVS, and the amount of expired coupons we had to put through just because we were broken down and defeated.
And once you do it once,
we were not
they're
willing
coming back.
We were not willing to go the distance with them. So,
well, that just shows you that, you know, not we're all the same. They're just as bad as us. That's a nice way to put. We're all the same.
We're all shit.
Yeah.
We're all shit. Some of us are shit with money, you know, but we're all shit.
Yeah. Because that is funny too. The second, like, because I genuinely, the second I'll start to stereotype, I'm like, no, people are everybody. Every race has their version of the other race. Like, there's white Indian people. Yeah.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, there's a whole caste system in China too. I mean, in Asia, Japan #1. China #2, Vietnamese and Koreans around there.
I like how he's saying it slowly. He's like,
and
make sure you're picking up all this. Write this down.
No, and then you go a little bit down the line. There's something called Jungle Asian, which I did not even know about. I was like, what? Jungle Asian? They're like, oh yeah. Speak to an Asian guy, Japanese guy, he'll go all in about it. Jungle Asians.
Karate and palm trees.
Yeah.
God didn't make this.
You know what doesn't mix? Algebra and Panthers.
No, it doesn't. Yeah. I think if you stumble into a place where Asian people aren't good with the stereotypes, like computers and coding and whatever it is, you're in a rough place.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Well, that's always the funny thing.
They don't fit the stereotypes. You're like, oh fuck, these ones are dangerous.
Yeah.
They're gonna make me play Russian roulette with my friend.
Yeah.
Jonathan's talking about Cambodians.
Yeah.
And they are dangerous. They are.
John's being ignorant. He doesn't know the name. But
yeah, shut the fuck up, John. We're gonna end up in a dumpster in Chinatown with our genitals in our mouth because of you.
I love when Alan does a racism. It sounds so from experience.
Well, it's scientific.
It sounds like he's been to every country and he's like, no, this isn't even racist. I've done studies on this. This is how scientifically it works.
Alan has seen action films in every country.
I have.
Oh yeah, you are. But you like Seagal movies, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those are fun.
Fine actor.
It's only human.
Yeah.
I got 2 eyes and a soul, don't I?
The best is still that video of him, the karate tournament, where he's just throwing everybody around, and he's like, "That wasn't faked at all." But he's like literally putting like 0 effort into the guy's like going
That's not
flag.
even a movie though.
No, he's pushing 285 there, maybe 3010, might be 311 or something. He is a big boy.
He's big and he's old. He's pushing 70, and he's just acting like he's the baddest man there is.
Yeah, he there's a thing too with him. Didn't he have to make a bunch of movies because he owed the mob money or something?
Probably.
Alan can tell you everything.
That is a rumor out there.
Yeah,
but there's
He's done
also
a lot of bad things. He's probably the worst guy that's ever acted.
he's the worst human being that's ever been a movie star.
what has he done? It's
He's apparently raped a few women.
oh okay.
And then there's a bunch of little sexual assault charges, minor ones that aren't the big
he has a
R.
ponytail. It adds up.
A lot of makeup girls have been groped.
Of course.
And he's also best friends with a war criminal too.
He's friends with Putin. He's apparently,
really?
He's apparently doing something for Putin right now.
Dude, you sent me a rumor. What was the rumor? Because I really hope it's true.
That he's like the minister of defense for Putin right now.
Oh my god, that is so
That'd be so good.
But he's so cocky though. He'd probably be like, "I'm gonna go out there myself."
Oh,
he just thinks that he's gonna
He's an
karate
insane
chop
person.
Ukrainians.
There's a great video where someone's interviewing him about the other action stars of the 80s. And they're like, could you beat them all up in a fight? And he's like, of course. And they're like, but Jean-Claude Van Damme knew how to kickbox. Do you think he could take you? And Seagal's like, can I laugh in your face?
I've seen the video. He says, "Can I laugh in your face?" to like 4 different times to 4 different guys.
Can I laugh in your face?
we do have to wrap up. Okay. What do you guys want? Oh, well, first off, your fucking special.
Yeah.
That's right.
One of the funniest comedy specials I've seen in like a very long time. I laughed out loud.
That's great.
A bunch of times. Everybody loves it. It's the best.
Yes. You guys should go watch my comedy special. Just Alan Fitzgerald, Straight for Pay on YouTube. Give it a like and a comment too if you like it, That'd be great.
And if you're having trouble finding it, go to the Explaining Show YouTube, Instagram, whatever, because that's where it is. Also, follow us at Explaining Show and follow me at Jonathan Tillson.
I'm at Fuck City USA on Instagram and Twitter. But I don't give a shit about Twitter anymore. Twitter fucking blows.
You like Threads?
I don't like Threads either.
Yeah, Threads is terrible.
I'm so ready.
Twitter's good for porn, though. I gotta wrap up.